Miter saws and circular saws both have a toothed, circular blade that can be used to cut wood, PVC, and even aluminum. While there is some overlap between these two power tools, there are also some important differences. Are you trying to decide which power tool you should buy first? No worries. In this video, we'll share the information you need to make the right decision. Today, we're going to talk about how to choose between miter saws and circular saws. Let's dive in the deep of this video. A miter saw can do most of the same tasks as a circular saw, but both tools have their strengths and weaknesses. A miter saw is stationary, and the blade is pulled downward onto the wood, while a circular saw is handheld, and the blade is pushed through the wood. A circular saw excels at breaking down sheet goods, and a miter saw is best for cutting down longer boards. A miter saw can make more accurate cuts due to the handheld nature of the circular saw. A circular saw is less expensive than a miter saw, and it's more portable. A miter saw is safer to use than a circular saw. A circular saw can make both rip cuts along the length of a board and cross cuts across the width of a board, but a miter saw can only make cross cuts. A miter saw is a stationary cutting tool that makes cross-grain cuts. The miter saw is sometimes known as a chop saw because you bring the blade down onto the wood in a chopping motion. As their name implies, these saws are used for making miter cuts or an angled cut. Miter saws are also used to make bevel cuts. Let's go over a few different types of miter saws. You can find several of these features all in one saw. Single bevel. A single bevel miter saw can make miter cuts and bevel cuts in a single direction. Double bevel miter saw. The double bevel miter saw can make bevel cuts in both directions. Compound miter saw. A compound miter saw allows you to make compound cuts. Sliding miter saw. This type of miter saw slides on a bar to allow the blade to move forward instead of just straight down. The size of your miter saw blade will determine how big of a board you're able to cut. But bigger isn't always better. A small miter saw is more portable and is easier to store away when you're not using it. A circular saw is a battery-powered or corded cutting tool used for rip cuts, bevel cuts, and cross cuts. The circular saw is handheld. Some people think of a circular saw similar to a table saw. However, with a circular saw, you push the saw, and with a table saw, you push the material. While all circular saws have the same basic design, with a flat plate on the bottom and a blade on the side, there are three main types. Miniature circular saws have blades under 5 in diameter and have a handle that extends behind the motor instead of on top. Standard size circular saws range from 7/1/4 to 10 diameter blades. These are the most common type and are great for all sorts of cutting tasks. Track saws are a special kind of circular saw that runs on the dedicated track system for more straight, accurate cuts. Track saws are much more expensive. Circular saw blades can have a high or low tooth count. Generally speaking, a lower tooth count is good for fast, rough cuts. However, if you want less tear out and splinters at the edge of your board, we recommend using a blade with a higher tooth count. Circular saw blades come with 24, 60, and even 120 tooth blades. We are almost wrapping up. These are the common differences between these two. Hope you like this video. Please comment, share, and subscribe to this channel for more videos.